In the PESTEL analysis, this helped ReNew understand the business and the backpack market as a whole. We also discovered government support schemes such as the Innovation in Waste Fund and discussed the potential difficulties Brexit can bring, e.g. trade tariffs. Socially, there was a continuous positive change in people's attitudes towards companies with small environmental footprints using renewable materials. In technology, we discussed the huge investment internationally into renewable technologies. Under the legal section, we discussed copyrights and patents to stop the competition from stealing our idea. And we conducted a stakeholder analysis to determine how the business plan will impact upon different groups of people. Crucially, we highlighted meet their needs stakeholders that we aim to target to change into key players such as trade unions and the building owners, as we believe as a company they can have a large positive influence on the success of the business.
Our business model canvas, we were able to identify the main key partners to be suppliers of raw material, payment providers and delivery companies. The main key activities are manufacturing, creating new models and calibrating with the recycling companies. The main key resources are skilled employees, third-party recycling suppliers, stock of product and a government's aid. The main value propositions are quality over quantity, use of recycled materials, keep waste to a minimum and increase environmental awareness. The customer relationship is shopping, in-store and online. The channels are websites, stores and advertisement. Customer segments are outdoor enthusiasts. Revenue streams are all types of backpacks, repairing of old backpacks, government funding and advertisement. Lastly, the cost structure is a mix between fixed and variable costs as well as subsidies.
In our value proposition, ReNew wants to build its business around our connected to customer intimacy value section, social and technology integrators. The focus on a social issue conveys a strong company reputation message of responsibility for the world, which is passed on to our customer, creating a level of value. Purchasing from a company that uses as much recycled and basic materials as possible gives the customer satisfaction as the product has the lowest environmental impact.
ReNew's mission statement is, leave a mark without leaving an environmental footprint. Being an environmentalist is not a goal, it's a lifestyle. The company's motto is, quality over quantity, which stands for the strategy of producing life-lasting products made of recycled materials and offering the services of repairing, resetting and recycling that will protect the environment. Environment being the main concern for the company, customers are more likely to relate to its mission statement.
Of the products will be of a high standard despite being made out of recycled materials. This will be done by various testing of the products. The speed of the production will be maximised without reducing the quality of the products. And over time, employees will be hired and more machines will be brought in to help speed up production. The company will be dependable by making sure replies are quick, offer repairs and show how the bags are tested online. The company will also be flexible by offering a range of products to suit all different needs. The cost of the products will be relative to the quality and the work put into each product and will start off lower to attract initial customers.
Since the market is flooded with similar products, ReNew have to offer something its competitors don't offer. For that reason, the company's vision is to make its business client-centered, to involve customers in the design phase and also give them stimulus when they buy new products. Among other things, the company has decided to include Be First section on its webpage where it would sell new products at a discount for a limited period of time. In addition, there will be a discussion board where customers can share what they like or dislike about the product and suggest improvements. Customers will also be given different discounts for future orders. In this way, ReNew will get its customers involved and stimulated to buy more, to check the company's website regularly and even promote it. It might sound controversial that ReNew wants to sell a product that lasts a lifetime and at the same time encourage customers to buy more and more. However, it is not, as it will have different product lines that will have different purposes.
ReNew values customer satisfaction, employee involvement, and continuous improvement. That is why we've decided to implement the Total Quality Management Strategy. ReNew aims to use standardized tools and processes for manufacturing and testing. This strategy will be cost effective whilst also producing the quality that the company strives for. The ISO 9000 series will also be applied so that customers are aware of the standards that our product meets. To achieve perceived quality, we will have testing videos on the website, whilst also having a section for customers to give feedback on their purchases. All materials will be tested before going to the production line, and by collecting data from the manufacturing process, we can analyse this and make any changes that are required. This will reduce internal and external costs. Finished backpacks will also be randomly picked to be tested under extreme conditions.
The main goal of ReNew is to produce high-quality backpacks, mostly made of nature material like cotton and flax, or recycled material like plastic. This is the major advantage against competitors because the recycled waste material can be purchased very cheap and the saved money can be used for the production, for the manufacturing steps and the quality steps. But some parts, the intermediate parts like zips and fast release clips, have to be bought by other suppliers. The main goal to produce high quality products will lower the environmental impact, and this can be used as a selling point and further as our label ReNew. At the very beginning, ReNew will offer its products only via the internet in online shops, but later on the company will open its own shop near the border between the Low and the Highlands in Glasgow. Because Glasgow has a high population, a high number of tourists with a high amount of demands for traveling equipment like backpacks. So the design and manufacturing strategy will be to produce two kinds of products, a long distance backpack and a short distance backpack, the Highlander and the Lowlander. And for both products, they will be produced with high quality and with some specific design options for the customers.
ReNew are a small start-up company. The best form of organisation for us is the functional organisational structure. Having only 3 levels of executives ensures even distribution of responsibility. This form of organisation fits the motivation model and job rotation at level 3. The strategy quality over quantity is not only for our products but also for our employees. The more that the employees know, the better the quality of the product. As we will start with only several employees, the CEO will conduct interviews, development reviews, and will know each individual member of the team. Additionally, the work of the accountant can be done by the CEO, and as the company begins to grow, this can then be outsourced.
A good level of motivation is required within ReNew to keep its workers happy and allow them to do their work efficiently. As the manufacture of the bag is very labour intensive, we decided that the workers should have a good work to break ratio and that they should have 84% of their time spent working and 16% of their time spent relaxing through breaks and lunches. To keep the worker engaged, they will rotate their jobs each week doing someone else's job, and this will help them learn new skills and stop the general mood from depleting, which keeps their mind active. We also encourage them to be creative with any scrap material that's around to create a new design that could benefit ReNew, and this will give the employee freedom and the opportunity just to do something different which could add some enrichment to their job. ReNew wants to be a company that prioritises its workforce. Job design is very important within ReNew as specific skills are required for the manufacturing of the backpack. Work should be managed effectively to give efficient production, and tasks should be divided up between employees. This would make work more flexible, and staff can easily adapt to different jobs because they rotate every week. This also means that staff can be moved to areas where they're needed most. Work measurement studies should also be taken to create time schedules to keep staff on track and be more efficient this way, just because staff know what to aim for. The way in which a job is conducted will be looked at so it can be made more efficient and staff can be involved with that process, suggesting ideas. Ergonomics is very important as the job is very labour intensive, so things such as trolleys can be placed about the workplace.
Thanks for listening, hope you enjoyed.